All right, we're watching the first Spider-Man versus Deku. Deku wins 100%. The way he is now, or what he was, he wins.
Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya.
Spider-Man versus Deku. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
All right, let's take this from the top again. This is Peter Parker. He was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for who knows how long, he's been the one and only Spider-Man.
A friendly neighbor to all of New York City. In a universe filled with super soldiers, hulking green Goliaths, and world-shattering gods, Spider-Man is there to look out for the little guy.
But in a multiverse of infinite possibilities, that doesn't always last forever. Like in Universe 1610, when NYC's Webhead got iced on the job.
The city was left without its protector. But fortunately, Peter wasn't the only one who got bit. Enter Miles Morales, a young teen from Brooklyn just trying to figure out his place in the world, and now he had it thrust upon him.
The canon event to start all canon events. Now it was Miles' turn to be the hero the Big Apple needed, and he had all the usual spider kit to help him out.
This spider carried the Oz formula, a genetics-enhancing serum that granted Miles superhuman strength, speed, and the ability to alter his body's electron attraction to crawl along any surface.
And you can't forget that classic spider sense, an internal warning system that lets Miles know about incoming threats so he can react ahead of time. He even got an upgrade that acts like a radar, letting him see through stuff.
But no spider person is complete without their web shooters.
I don't know
Given
about
to
the
him by
one.
Peter's Aunt May, these webs have all sorts of applications between swinging, grabbing, restraining, projectiling, and being made into constructs.
Not having Peter around to show him the ropes made things a lot tougher though. And between mishaps with wall crawling and web slinging, Miles got off to a rocky start.
Like any typical teenager, he had a lot of self-doubt. Could he keep up in school? What was the right way to talk to girls?
And how could he live up to being Spider-Man when one of the villains he had to face turned out to be his very own uncle? Makes family dinner so awkward. All that trying to kill you stuff.
Fortunately, Miles had a leg up on every other superhero known to man.
Living parents! Better yet, loving parents. They supported him when things got tough, even if they didn't always see eye to eye. And thanks to them, he learned that the best way to be Spider-Man wasn't to do it like Peter, but to do it his own way.
And it helped that this particular spider had a bit more to its bite than Peter's. Miles has a variety of unique powers, like invisibility and venom.
Not like Tom Hardy, though it is weird to give your main power the same name as one of your bad guys. Come on, Spidey, branding is important.
Miles can harness his own bioelectric energy and weaponize it, which is especially effective against individuals with genetic mutations.
Punching, absorbing, blasting, mega blasting. Hell, he can even make electric constructs out of this stuff, like biowebbing and a damn sword. Jeez, what kind of spider was this?
It's not entirely science fiction. Studies have shown that certain species of spiders, such as the Linnaeus, have a process known as ballooning. By spinning a thread of their silk.
But wait, when they showcased the spider powers going to electricity and make a sword and everything, people were like, bro, they lost the plot with Miles Morales. They didn't know what to do with him.
They can use the Earth's natural electric fields to fly, traveling up to hundreds of miles. No pun intended.
Well, whatever kind of bite it was, it gave Miles the edge he needed to find his worth as Spider-Man.
Miles can dodge gunshots, missiles, and lightning bolts. He survived all sorts of beatings, including a building exploding on top of him.
Oh geez, Spidey could lift buildings and dodge light speed attacks, and Miles is more than a match for him.
Like the time he absorbed the energy of a bomb that was going to vaporize Harlem. A blast that would have equaled 15 million tons of TNT.
He's gotten kudos from a ton of older heroes too, becoming a member of the New Ultimates and the Avengers. He even helped form the Champions, a team of teenage superheroes with the likes of Miss Marvel and Ironheart.
The King of Wakanda himself even suited him up with some Wakandan vibranium.
The same stuff as T'Challa's own suit. This super rare and tough metal can absorb kinetic energy and vibrational impacts.
It helps to regulate Miles's venom powers too, allowing him to better control his electrical output.
The vibranium is thinner to better fit his acrobatic fighting style, but it can still shake off most
It's
fatal
kinda like
attacks
it's like the
they're
Iron Man
nothing.
suit
This
for
stuff
Spider-Man.
is tough enough that Deadpool's
But
swords
different.
have shattered against it.
Though it's not as durable as, say, Captain America's shield, and enough kinetic energy will overload it.
Don't be near it when it does, or you'll end up like the Falcon here when he used his vibranium wings to stop a bomb that was gonna blow up New York City. That's twice now. Does any other city have to deal with this stuff?
But when vibranium and spider powers still aren't enough, Miles can push his electrical output into overdrive.
Giving him huge boosts in strength and speed, and making him a whole lot zappier. It's your classic shonen power-up, and he knows it too. He's a bit of a weeb and has a thing for mimicking some favorites.
Despite his initial insecurities, Miles has more than managed to live up to his predecessor, no longer standing in the shadow, but side by side.
Literally, his universe got blown up and he was sent to the main 616 timeline, along with his family. And now it's him and Peter as a pair of Spider Bros.
He's even become one of the big players of the Spider-Verse, teaming up with all sorts of other spider variants to defend the multiverse.
There's anime spider people, robot spider people, dinosaur spider people, spider people, a whole lot of them, each with their own way of getting the job done.
Spider
Miles
dinosaur.
even led them into battle against the Inheritors, a bunch of interdimensional vampire assholes.
This is what Stanley
like to
was
eat
proudest
Spider-Man.
of in his favorite superhero. Regardless of who they were, any sort of person could wear the mask and do the right thing. For so long as we stay true to ourselves and help others in our own unique ways, then anyone can be a hero. But what is a hero? To the citizens of Japan, there was no one more synonymous with the word than their symbol of peace,
Oh my.
All Might.
The big numero uno. With a smile on his face, he could save anyone and win any fight, no matter what.
Or so it seemed. After a battle with his arch nemesis All For One, All Might was grievously injured. His time as a beacon of hope was coming to an end, and he would need to find someone to pass on the torch.
In this world, most human beings evolved to have their own individual superpowers, or quirks, but not everyone is lucky enough to get one. Like this kid named Izuku Midoriya, or as local bully Bakugo like to call him, the good-for-nothing Deku.
Izuku wanted to save people just like All Might, but even his idol told him that he would have to give up on his dreams.
Forever the beta male in the shadow of Bakugo and his Sigma quirk, until he
Oh
got
my
the
God.
chance to alpha up and lend his rival a helping hand, proving himself worthy
Alpha
of
up,
All
come on
Might's
now.
torch.
And so after months of training, Izuku was granted All Might's quirk, One for All. This power allows him to boost his strength to incredible heights, using it for smashing attacks named after specific US locales, and a soccer club.
Or football, as they call it.
Straight punches, spikes, even finger flicks, One for All is the ultimate in strength-enhancing quirks.
The first time he used it, Izuku destroyed this giant robot in a single blow, on accident. Too bad it wasn't the only thing he destroyed, though. Damn, that looks like it hurts.
One for All's power was so
He
great that the
broke his
recoil would
hand
shatter
and-
Izuku's limbs when he used it. In the hands of an improper vessel, One for All could cause their body to explode. So Izuku would need to continuously train to master it at his Hero Academia.
Say that again.
I think he made it to
Here, he'd be
50%.
inspired by girly pop Uraraka to turn his zero name
I think I don't know how far he got into like controlling One for All. I think he got up to 50% or something like that. But he made it into a weird way of 100% by using other quirks that he owned. Because he doesn't own one quirk, he owns 10 quirks or something like that with it himself. And so what he learned how to combine all those 10 quirks into pretty much making a 100% version of it, but in a different way.
into his hero name, becoming the Deku who always does his best.
Something that he may have taken too far.
When it came to saving people, Do Your Best here had a bad habit of putting others way before himself. Sure, everyone else was okay, but he'd be good for nothing all over again if he got himself paralyzed.
So to cut down on his hospital bill, he developed full cowling. Instead of using his quirk in short bursts, he would continuously spread the energy across his body at low percentages, using it for acrobatics inspired by Bakugo's explosive movements.
And with that new thinking came a new fighting style, shoot style. To use a stronger limb that'd be less likely to break, Deku took a page from Nerd Emoji Ida's book and switched to focusing on kicks to pack in more of a punch. Yeah.
And that power would be needed. After a climactic battle with All For One, All Might would be forced into retirement, just a few months into Deku's training. Now it was his turn to face this demon.
I'm gonna be honest,
But
All
he
Might did not do
didn't
that
have to
much of
do
a
it
great
alone.
job training
Just
him.
as
in the
All
beginning
Might had
season.
passed One For All onto Deku, it had been passed onto All Might by his master, and onto her by her master. One For All was a power that was built upon for generations.
The quirks of the previous users of One For All manifested in Deku, along with their spirits, or vestiges, to help him in his battle against All For One.
Black Whip gives him energy tendrils
Yeah, there
to
you
swing
go.
around and restrain foes.
Your
They can
shit.
also brace his arms and manually control his muscles if he can't move.
Float allows him to soar high into the sky. By combining it with controlled blasts of pressurized air, he can effectively fly.
Danger Sense detects incoming
Crazy.
threats and unease, letting Deku react in advance.
Pretty much
Though it's
Spider
mostly
Sense.
like an alarm bell and doesn't tell him specifics like location or number of threats.
Yeah, but
Familiar?
something.
Smokescreen lets him
Spider Sense.
create a smokescreen, but he can use it at full blast to create a bigger smokescreen.
That's swell and all, but the real meat is in Fajin. After building up kinetic energy within his body, Deku can unleash it for bursts of strength and speed.
He's combined it with Black Whip to create the powerful Black Chain binding attack, and can use it in conjunction with Full Cowling to achieve foe 100%,
There you
equaling
go.
All Might's full level of power without
There.
any recoil.
He once used it to outspeed a bullet shot by Lady Nagant, a former hero turned villain who has a sniper rifle for an arm. I think I'm in love.
Nagant's bullet once crossed a distance of around 215 kilometers within a fraction of a second. That's 6,700 times faster than sound, and Deku was moving so fast the bullet
So, if you guys haven't noticed, Deku was very inspired by Spider-Man. A lot of his powers are inspired by Spider-Man. The whip, webbing. The sense danger, spider sense. The strength, the spider strength. So the agility, Spider-Man. A lot of his powers, like his quirks and like he eventually developed later on, like all the other quirks, all that kind of stuff, is pretty much Spider-Man with different powers, right? With the smoke screen and all that kind of stuff. But it's pretty much like Spider-Man in a different way, right? Because he combines quirks and all that. But yeah, so he pretty much like the creator just created a his version of Spider-Man.
seemed like it was standing
In
still.
a way.
And he can go even faster than that with his final quirk, Gear Shift.
By touching
Gear
a target,
shift?
he can
Oh,
control
right,
its
right.
speed without abiding by the laws of inertia. He can slow down foes to leave them frozen in the air, or move so fast he can punch multiple times in an instant.
Even All For One's own protege Shigaraki couldn't track him, and this is a dude who can catch light speed laser beams.
It does have a time limit though. After 5 minutes of continuous use, Deku's body will catch up to his speed, suffocating him as his cells become unable to take in oxygen.
Not nearly as bad as One For All was suffocating him though. He's been doing all of this shit in just the 10th grade. I hadn't even figured out you can breathe through your nose at that point.
The pressure of having to save his friends, the country, the entire world weighed on Deku, so he left UA to fight this war alone.
But alone was never where Deku fought best. Having come from nothing, his admiration for his peers gave him strength, just as they admired his strength and desire to help others. Even Bakugo came around to him.
So when it came time to finally put that demon lord back in hell, his classmates, teachers, mom, friends, enemy, and everyone else supported and cheered him on. Because that was the greatest threat to All For One's reign all along.
Not All Might, not Deku, not even One For All itself. Just people helping each other out. And with their help, Deku defeated All For One once and for all, blowing a hole in this huge storm and parting the skies for a brighter future.
Though he did lose his quirk and have to retire from hero work, getting a regular 9 to 5 as a teacher, passing on his knowledge to the next generation, just like every user of One For All before him.
Some might say he peaked in high school. If not for the sick new armor he eventually got to go back to kicking butt. He even made it all the way back.
So he pretty much became the Iron Man / Batman of his universe, pretty much.
Near the top of the rankings.
All with the help of his friends. For so long as we keep reaching out our hands to help those in need, everyone can be a hero. Hello, it's me, Store-Bought Benjamin. I know what you're asking. Benjamin, what are you wearing?
Dummy thick.
Oh my god. Oh my
Yes,
god.
that's our Mechanical Menace Mecha Goose pulling down the trunks of poor Dummy. Our new summer line of merch is available now on deathbattle.gg for a limited time. Website members can even get this in a unique color scheme. And there's a hat. I like the hat. I know what else you're asking. Benjamin, why did Wiz build robot butt cheeks on Dummy? I don't know. Get your cheeks at www.deathbattle.gg.
I think people are like,
All
I know it's kind of weird, but I think people are realizing that limited drops are just better than just having like making too much product nowadays. You know what I mean? I think limited drops is the best way to do
right,
it.
the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Yo! You're more man and less spider than usual.
Oh, really great
I was
animation.
looking for you. Care to show me what you can do?
All right,
Yo,
you guy.
Eduardo.
First lesson, don't watch the mouth. Watch the hands.
Now watch mine, Delaware!
Deku versus Miles Morales, dude. Remember, guys, Deku is a version of Spider-Man, right? When's Janny's subathon? Fuck, I mean, if I were to do a subathon, it would be a week where I will have a lot of things prepared. Well, it seems that way, but I'm not. I do 2 streams from Friday to Sunday. That's it. Because on the weekdays, I do YouTube videos. I do YouTube videos, prep for the stream, make shorts, make a social media posts, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Monday through Thursday is literally my prep week and also my social media week, where I post a lot of content on all social medias. And then Friday through Sunday, I work and I do 2 streams a day, Friday to Sunday, and also do SmackDown reaction videos. And then sometimes I do pay-per-view wrestling videos too as well.
Let's try that one more time. Guess who?
I can't use my full power here. Gotta take this somewhere else. Oh, gross!
You got skills, man. I like that. Oh, mierda.
I'm sure that you're really nice, but you can't cut it here and beat. I'm sure that you're all might, but don't run in the right at the right place.
Cover my check. I think Deku's gonna win.
Moved us to an abandoned part of the city so we can go all out!
Oh, damn.
I always do my best!
Bro, the animation is not bad, bro.
If I'm gonna do my best,
Oh, it's going all out.
I gotta do my
Power.
own thing.
Full power. Oh, that's sick. Bro, what if, bro? I'm just saying, if they ever did like a crossover fighting game between Marvel and like My Hero Academia, I think that game will do freaking bonkers, bro. How did they do this not get shut down? Because all this it's fan art. Think of it as fan art. If companies have a problem with fan art, like legit, like if they're making too much money off of this, they'll shut you down, right? But in this case, it's more of just an animation. They don't make, what I believe right now, they never make merch or anything like that when it comes to Death Battle, like with the copyright characters. They only make the video and the animation part. So this right here is like their own, it's like fair use kind of way, because they make their own animations. They don't steal their animations from other places anymore, like they used to back in the day where when I first got into this. So it's kind of like that pretty much. Until a company sees this, they're like, yo, if you don't like this, they will take it down. But as of right now, no one has done it because it don't really break any rules really. Since they created themselves, the animations and everything. So it's like AI, okay? No, AI is different because AI, you don't create it yourself. There's no, like, you have the files of you creating the animations or anything like that. So that's why, as of right now, well, I don't know, like, how YouTube cannot fully monetize. You can't fully monetize on AI because you're not creating it yourself. It's not for use. You don't create the product, pretty much. But that could change.
Sarah was right. Your quirk is amazing.
By the way, but that could change, by the way, with the Disney and the Mid-Journey lawsuit. That could all change. If Mid-Journey wins, AI will have a lot, will somewhat get like copyright protections, by the way. That could all change. Because as you have to if you're uploading on YouTube, you have to press that you are using AI in your product, in your video. If the majority of the video is AI or something like that, you have to, there's the button right there. Is this made with artificial intelligence or this and that? Like, you have to like let people know that this product is made by AI. And if you don't, you probably get away with it. Probably nothing's gonna happen to you. Or if you did get caught, they're probably gonna demonetize it or ban the video or something like that. I think mostly maybe demonetize it, but that's like on YouTube alone. I don't know about any other platform, but on YouTube, it's like there's a button right there that says you have to, like, is this for kids? No. Is this artificial intelligence? Yes or no?
Amazing! Amazing is my buddy. They call me the ultimate Spider-Man.
His suit has shock absorption, not nullification. So, it's got a limit.
Oh, right. Yeah, Deku the strategist, guys. Yeah, Deku the strategist. Yeah, that's one thing that people underestimate Deku on. He's a strategist.
That's bang!
Go beyond!
Plus Ultra! Oh, what the fifth? Oh, a lot of kinetic energy. Oh, he's ready to blow up. No way, Miles Morales wins. Oh, wow. Wait, what?
Spider-Man, you really are the ultimate.
Wow, so Spider-Man wins?
Hey-o!
No death.
Vaya con Dios, Aranya Hoven.
Let's start by
Really?
talking about their superpowers,
I'm
which matched up
shocked.
quite evenly. Unsurprisingly, given the not-so-subtle inspiration for Deku's quirks, though they did have some edges over the other.
The spider
Okay.
sense gave Miles more insight on his surroundings and threats than danger sense, which has been worked around before.
This meant Miles's invisibility was harder for
Really?
danger sense to detect when he wasn't attacking, while the spider sense's radar system allowed him to find Deku in a smokescreen. But Izuku's other quirks granted him advantages of his own.
Float was a lot more mobile than Webs, and Fa Jin gave a bigger boost in strength than Venom did. Since both had some advantages and disadvantages, we're gonna call
Wow.
superpowers a tie.
Next
Yeah,
up,
yeah, 'cause they're
speed.
pretty similar.
Scaling to Peter, Miles could dodge light speed attacks, which actually outpaced Izuku moving faster than that sniper bullet. Fortunately for Deku though, that wasn't his best.
Thanks to Gear Shift, Deku could speed himself up to match Miles the same way he did to the light-catching Shigaraki. Even worse for Spidey, one touch from Gear Shift could freeze him in place and make dodging totally impossible. So
Okay.
speed goes to Deku.
As for
Okay.
skill, Deku was incredibly talented at analyzing an opponent's abilities and coming
Yeah.
up with strategies on the fly.
But what about Miles?
Miles' powers and fighting style gave Deku few immediate openings.
Deku may have received more formal training at UA, but he was ultimately only active in hero work for a little under a year.
Meanwhile, Miles has been handling
Oh.
everything from neighborhood crooks to multiverse-ending gods for significantly
Oh,
longer.
he's like
It's
more
close,
of a
but with his
veteran.
greater experience, skill goes to Miles.
That makes sense.
And that
Miles
means
Morales
the
is
biggest
more of a
deciding
veteran.
factor is raw strength.
And that was no contest. Miles absorbing the energy of that bomb was nothing to scoff at, but overwhelming power is what One for All is all about.
When Deku defeated All for
Really?
One, the energy needed to part those clouds with this punch had a yield of 362 billion tons of TNT, smashing the bomb Miles absorbed out of the water.
But it wasn't as simple as that. Miles is wearing a vibranium suit after all. So the question wasn't necessarily who was stronger, it was if Miles' suit was
So they used like this, like his strongest suit ever. Okay.
tough enough to continuously absorb Deku's blows.
Okay,
When the
I
Falcon
see.
protected New York from that city-destroying blast, it had a yield of 546 megatons. Impressive, but Deku defeating All For One was still over 600 times stronger than Vibranium's limit.
And Deku did that with One For All's embers, not the full package.
And remember, the Vibranium in Miles' suit was much thinner than what Falcon and Black Panther had, making it unlikely it could absorb as strong of a blast.
It's there to provide more protection, sure, but there was no way it could survive all of what Deku could dish out.
In this superpowered battle, it was Izuku's overwhelming speed and immense strength that made him the winning hero.
And the morales of the story is...
The winner is Deku.
Next time on Death Battle.
Wait, what? Wait, hold up. Even the ending, I got. Wait. Deku won. Hold up. Let me see that again. Oh, because Deku was the last. Okay, because I was like, they're not gonna kill a kid character, right? So I got confused. So Deku won. What? I got confused because you see, like, I see Deku here. He's down.
Spider-Man,
And
you really are the ultimate.
like, I don't. KO. So it's like, yeah, because that ending is a little bit confusing for me. So okay. So Miles Morales lost and Deck. Okay, because right there I was kind of confused because I was like, oh, they're not gonna kill a kid character, so that doesn't make sense. So probably they made that ending like, damn, you are really the ultimate. But I remember the fist thing is victory within the anime. Oh, okay, I see. If you're aware, sure, but if unaware, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are unaware. Because on Fire you could request a service and they don't mention AI in the process. Yeah, which is messed up. But it is. I don't know about Fiverr's like policy. They have to let the person know if it's AI made or not. That's why it's very hard to like get people now on Fiverr if you want to be made of AI or not. But then again, if it's AI, then you just make it yourself. Spider-Man over anime. Spider-Man is better than any anime YouTube video. Fake news. No, I disagree with that. Because Miles Morales only became good because of the movies. Everything else before that, the comic books, even the TV shows, he was bad. He was a bad character. He's a very bad character. Even right now in the comic books, they still don't know what to do with Miles Morales. I'm talking about Miles Morales Spider-Man. I'm not talking about Peter Parker Spider-Man, by the way. Like, they still don't know what to do with him. They know what to do with him a little bit more better on the video games and then on the movies. But on the comic books, they do not know what to do with him. Who the F watches My Hero? No one? A lot of people. Everybody knows who Spider-Man is. Not everybody knows who Miles Morales is. He got more popular because of the movies. I think Deku is actually more known because of like he's the main character of his story. Miles Morales would never be the main character of his story because there's always Peter Parker Spider-Man. It's not about like My Hero Academia is one of the biggest animes of all time. This is why, to this day, people are still like, okay, we're not getting that big, all right? We're not going, like, okay, My Hero Academia will never be big as, what do you call it, Dragon Ball, all right? That's not, obviously, I'm not going to argue against that. But I'm just saying, like, even to this day, a lot of people don't know who Miles Morales is. They're barely getting to know who he is because of the movies. People didn't like him too much on the video games. People didn't like him too much on the comic books because his storytelling was very bad. So it's the movies is what barely brought him into mainstream. My Hero Academia has been mainstream and with like Japan and United States. With his anime. Yeah. So I mean, it's about to end too. My Hero Academia is about to end. So like a lot of people can be taking a. The Flash will destroy Deku. I mean, a kid versus an adult, a kid who's been a hero for 1 year with a veteran hero. I don't think that's a great fight. Like, you know, I don't think he has a. I don't think that's a great fight at all. It's like